Hello and welcome everyone. So today we will look at I'm using the third person template in this, and we will look at how we can set up a key for our character to run and a key for our character to walk, and we can toggle one of them and the other one we have to hold down. For this I'm starting with the third person blueprint, and I will head over to the third person BP, and inside the blueprints I will open up the third person character. Now inside here on the left side we have something called character movement components. If we open this up, I will just look here for our character movement, so walking, and in the max walk speed I will change this to 250. Just make sure you also change the max walk speed crouch just for reference later on, say 100. So we will compile this and save. And just to do a test now, if we move around, our character will start to kind of jog instead of the usual sprinting or the running speed. Now to go ahead, we will go and open up our level blueprint. Inside here we will just bring in an event begin play. From this we will drag off a node and just say enable input. And the target is our player controller, so we will just drag out a node and search for our player controller. And just to keep it organized, I'll press C and just say enabling input. Next we will go ahead and select let's see, so if you go ahead and do right click and type shift, so this will bring up our left shift key. So when we press this, we want to get so let's say if I search for get player character. Now inside, if you remember here, we had a thing called character movement. So if I drag a node of this and just type character movement, or say get character movement, so the last node on here, and then off this I will drag out a node to say set max speed, and then set max walk speed. Now when shift is pressed, we will set the amount that we want. So if you remember, the original we put down was 250, and I will set my jogging speed to 650, which is all something you guys can decide on and see what works best for you. And then when the key is released, I will just copy and paste this again, just this set here. So same target, and then released, we will set the speed back down to 250. And I'll just make a box around this and just say sprint. Now compile and save this. Now if I click play and we just walk, but when I press shift he starts sprinting, and when I let go he starts walking again, or kind of speed walking, jogging. Now then we will go back to our blueprint, and inside here I will just copy, select this and these two values, and maybe the box as well, and then Control C, Control V. And in here I will say CTRL, which is our control key, so left control. And instead of that I will use a flip-flop. So a flip-flop basically allows us to toggle between two values. So if we connect the first one up here, the second one down here, so when control is pressed the first time, we shall set our speed to 150, let's say, and when it's pressed again, or we will take it back to 250. Now if we compile this and save and just do a play, so if we say press control, our character starts walking, press control again and he starts speed walking again, and then shift to sprint and let go of shift to stop sprinting. Thank you very much everyone for watching this, and to make sure you subscribe. I will have a lot more content coming soon, a lot of major projects that are still in progress. So make sure you follow me and click the bell notification for the YouTube videos, so every time I upload you guys will find out, and I will see you guys in the next video. So this is the scene breakdown for anyone interested. I will just show you guys how I set up the intro scene for this video. Now I will be making a lot more scenes, actual scenes in the future videos, and I will try to give breakdowns so people who are interested in making their own scenes can obviously use the same things that I do. Now to start off with, I just have of course a few of the assets from the Unreal Marketplace that were free, and they're really good. They do look good. And for the actual scene I have a third person character, and I have 3 different targets. The first target is located right here, and then a trigger box, and then a second target which is located right here, and then another trigger box. And I have 2 of these deer and stag from the animal pack. So what happens is, as soon as the scene starts, our character starts walking towards the first target, and then I have one camera that follows the character and then another camera set up here that kind of goes backwards using the sequencer. And I have all of these here. So this is the actual nav mesh box. So this is how the character knows where he is allowed to walk, and I've just set up a path to go straight and then left and then that way, because I don't want my character running off in any different directions from here. So when the character walks down, and as soon as he hits this trigger box, if I open up the level blueprint, we can see here that as soon as the character hits that trigger box, I am basically setting the next target point. So our character starts walking to the next target point, which is next to the 2 deers that I have, and I'm increasing his walk speed basically. And as soon as he hits the the next target, then I'm setting him off to go to the last target point, which is basically he runs off really fast into the field to reach that target point. And inside the actual sequence, if I just open this up, as you guys can see here, as if I can just make it slightly bigger. So I have about 4 different cameras that I go into. The first being these 2. I can just ignore these 2, are not actually part of the scene. So first one starts off this way, kind of comes towards the character. Second one moves away from the character, and then this camera right here kind of follows along this way, so when the character runs around. And the last camera is hiding here, which kind of comes out of these and then moves all the way up to there. And both the deer and the stag are down here as well, so I'm using 2 tracks for them. One is transform, so this basically moves them across this path all the way to the end. Same thing with this, moves across the path all the way to the end. And then the actual animation that is playing, so the animation kind of kicks off, and they kind of like jump up and down, so it kind of blends in nicely with their movement and the animation. Now of course I'm kind of starting them off at this stage, so as you can see, which is as soon as our character comes around, so their animation kicks off and they start running. One of them runs way too fast for some reason. It's probably, even though he is bigger, just to say he's more muscular, that's all. So that's all. I will be just keep a lookout, guys. I'll be releasing some major projects soon, and they have some really nice animations. And if you guys have any feedback, please leave that. If you guys would like to request something, of course I have the time now, so I'm learning Unreal Engine a lot more, and I will be keeping you guys up to date with everything. Thank you very much.
Looking for